presentation. It's going to be the Volunteer of the Year Award. Our tradition for each one of these is actually that the past year's recipient gives it to the following year. So Charlie was our awardee last year, and he will make the presentation to this year's Volunteer of the Year.
So last year, when I was presented the award, I stood up here, stammered around a little bit because I was completely surprised. Had no expectation of that happening. And I hope that that's the same for this year's winner as well. One of the things that I asked myself while I was standing up here trying to come up with words, but also later on in the evening, is how did I end up here, standing in front of a room full of people, receiving an award? And the answer that I came to was, it was my mentors, it was my supervisors who told me how important it was to be involved in a professional organization of some kind. My challenge to you, executive directors, clinical supervisors, clinic directors, facility directors, encourage your people to be involved. You have TAADAS, you have the NASW organizations, LMFT organizations, LPC organizations. Encourage your people. One day a month is all it takes. Sometimes it's once every 2 months. Make it a priority for your people to be involved. Because when you do, you increase the strength of the bond that you have here with other executive directors by allowing them to network with other people at their level, thereby strengthening both of your organizations. And again, I said all that because the next Volunteer of the Year award may come from your organization, and that may be because they participated in a professional organization. There may be Voice of Recovery Awards winners who come from and are encouraged by participation in those organizations. As to the nominee, the Volunteer of the Year Award, the nominee for this award should be someone who's demonstrated a strong commitment to the organization by participating in activities such as working on committees, working on projects, and responding to requests for technical assistance. The Volunteer of the Year should be someone who provides leadership through example. This nominee supports TAADAS through their attendance at meetings, providing input for projects, and voicing the needs of the A&D community. The person who is going to be presented this award tonight really stands out for me. When I first came to TAADAS meetings, I was just this little guy from Chattanooga, fairly new to Tennessee. I think it was my second meeting, and he walked up to me and he said, "Charlie, it's good to see you." And I looked at him and said, "I have no idea what your name is, who you are," but he knew my name. He took the time to learn my name, and that meant a lot to me. This person is dedicated to the recovery movement and understands the many aspects it takes to get things done and to help people recover. They communicate with legislators. They provided consultation to TAADAS in writing grants that have been successfully awarded. This person is someone who clearly goes the extra mile, someone who everyone would want on their team. They're generous with their time and talents, always willing to share, even if it doesn't benefit their own personal interest or organization. You cannot meet this person without them talking about the cause of recovery and the organization which they serve. They're always hard at work, behind the scenes quietly, and sometimes not so quietly, always advocating for those who often do not have a voice for themselves. This person created a committee of development directors who meet monthly to brainstorm ways to work together and identify personal funders who can further the support of recovery. They're an ambassador for the Tennessee Christian Chamber of Commerce, often bringing recovery needs to those in attendance. They have consulted with state leadership in developing criteria for recovery churches. This person is a faithful member to the TAADAS Recovery Support and Criminal Justice Committees and a TAADAS Roundtable Facilitator. They're an active member on Nashville's Continuum of Care and the Tennessee Alliance of Recovery Residences Committees. They're a deacon of their church, and now it's going to give it all away. This person authored the book Journeys to Healing and Cherry Popsicles Too, an inspirational book recounting his own personal struggles and the life lessons learned. A husband, father, grandfather, he is nicknamed Biting Sow, not because he's a pig, but because once he grabs a hold of an idea, makes a commitment, or believes in a cause, he will not let go until it is accomplished. Please join me in congratulating the 2016 TAADAS Volunteer of the Year, Kyle Duvall.
Well, I would say I'm speechless, but you wouldn't believe me. I am absolutely astounded and surprised. I did have a little bit of an inkling that something was going on because some of my family joined me tonight, and it's either an award or an intervention. Thank God it's not the latter. And I must say, though, I've had the privilege for nearly 6.5 years serving at Welcome Home Ministry with one of the greatest bosses anyone could ever have, and that would be Glenda Murray. And then there's Daryl Murray, who's our founder and executive director, of course. I just want to say, sitting in this room tonight and listening to all that's come before, hope floats. And sometimes maybe what we are doing is providing that raft, looking towards that higher pyre of a beacon that's shining on that shore. And it dawned on me that we all have different missions. I bet you can quote yours, you better be able to. But we all have the same purpose in a broad sense. And that is, we need to be focusing on the people we serve. Thank you for this great honor, the surprise, and thank God it was an intervention. You got to tell me, be good.